Good morning, good morning, good morning, my Facebook people. It's Dianna Urfavstylist checking in with you. And today I am here to share with you one of the most embarrassing moments in my life. And although I was very, very hesitant to get on here and actually share that moment, because when it happened, I was so embarrassed and I wanted to just disappear. But since then, I have learned from that moment, and now I can look back at it and I can laugh. But at the time, it definitely was not funny, okay? So, I opened my business in 2013. For those of you that are new to my channel or Facebook page, whichever you're watching this through, I'm Dianna Urfavstylist, and I'm the owner of Melvira's Hair Studio located here in Tucson, Arizona. It's a salon that I named after my mother, and I did that to keep myself motivated and inspired. But then I also learned that her name means to be responsible in business affairs and a pillar in the community, which I believe my salon is very much so that. So when I first got started in my business, I opened up the business in 2013. Yeah, and I was in a small studio salon. So I wasn't and did not have to be responsible for the utilities like water and electricity. I just had to be responsible for like my insurances, my clients, making sure my rent got paid and things of that nature. So it was a very, very basic version of opening a bigger salon. And so what some people will say, as the owner, Dave Wald in Tucson, he was the owner over my Solar Salon. He would say that Solar Salon is an incubator for entrepreneurs, and that is such a realistic thing. Whenever you have a salon suite, that is like training wheels to open up a bigger business, because when you're in a salon suite, you're not necessarily in a position to have more employees. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this embarrassing story, which is not embarrassing no more. But once you hear it, you can be like, ooh, Dee, that was super irresponsible. So there was a time when I had a young lady that was working for me. And at the time, the service that she offered to a client was one that needed to be scheduled. And when I asked her to schedule it, there was a lot of attitude, and the attitude was transferred over to the client from her. And I do not like to have people be disrespected after we've invited them to come and spend money with us, come and spend their time and energy with us. I just think it's completely disrespectful. So out loud in the middle of the salon, we had like this somewhat silent argument that was nice and verbal in front of everybody, but at the end of it, it was like, oh my goodness, I think they just had an argument, but it sounded really nice, you know? So in many cases when I'm in my salon, I don't like to make a scene, and I don't like to bring more negativity to a situation, because it just kills the whole experience for people that are in the salon, right? So this particular beauty professional, we had already had issues before, and this was like her second strike. And so I waited until the end of the day to confront her about the issues that we had. And we had like, it was a like we went to war with each other after everybody left the salon. And long story short, she was the last person that I spoke to that evening at the salon. And while I left, and I'm so busy fussing and going through all of this stuff, I don't fuss no more. It's either you gonna get with me or you gonna get off I'm a train. Okay, my mentor told me we a train. We going from San Francisco to Miami. You can get on or you can get off, but I ain't begging people to stay on no more. So that's a very valuable lesson that I had to learn. But anyways, this is not the embarrassing part, even though it was embarrassing for me to be not strong enough or confident enough to stand my own ground in an environment that I created. But I've learned since then. So what happened was the next day, this beauty professional was the first person to arrive at the salon. And so I got to the salon, and we have an electrical front door that opens and closes, right? So I get to the salon, and the electric door is not working. I'm like turning the key, and the beauty professional that I just got finished fussing and fighting with the night before, she's like, "What's up, girl? Good morning, blah, blah, blah." Because oftentimes at the salon, it ends up being like a family environment where we may have a disagreement one day, but the next day we know we have to come in and handle business. And for that reason, that's why I make sure we don't make big scenes in front of people, because usually it's something that we can work out. So anyway, this beauty professional is the first person to arrive, and she notices the door doesn't work too. So I'm like, okay, what is going on with the door? Why won't the door open and close? This is not good. The door is electrical. Maybe there's an electrical outage, right? Okay, so I'm going around and I'm like, okay, there's no way for us to get inside the building without having the electrical door open. Immediately, I begin to think, did I pay my light bill? I wonder if I paid my light bill. Oh my Lord, I better call TEP. I don't think I paid my light bill. So right now I am like freaking out. The crazy thing is the beauty professional that we had the little spat the night before, she was my lifesaver the next morning. She was like, "Miss D, what's going on? What do you need me to do?" And I had to pull her to the side, and I was like, "Hey, I don't think I paid the light bill, and that's why our front door isn't opening." While I'm explaining this to her, about 5 clients that were scheduled that morning for 9 o'clock begin to roll up. We got a parking lot full of people. It's my car, the beauty professional's car. 3 of my other beauty professionals showed up, and all of their clients showed up, and everybody is standing outside of the front door looking at me like, you gonna open the door? Because I need to get my hair done. I got something to do. The stylist looking at me like, I have clients coming, and what's going on with the door? So who wants to tell people, well, I kind of sort of didn't pay the light bill, so we can't get in the salon right now. So I got to call the landlord, and he going to come and open up the door and blah, blah, blah. So I'm freaking out, and I'm like, at this moment, I am like super embarrassed, and I don't even want to tell them what's going on. But I had to face the music because this was the bed that I made, and I had to lay in it. So we've got all of these clients. I'm on the phone with TEP, and I'm like, I need y'all to cut my lights on like yesterday. I don't care what it costs. It's $1,000. I pay $1,000. $2 million. I don't even got $2 million, but I'll pay you to cut these lights back on, right? So, oh my gosh, after I got off the phone with TEP, they say, well, ma'am, because it was a disconnection and we sent you the late notice and all of this other stuff, we got to let you know that it's going to be, at least, they give you that long time frame. Like, we're going to have somebody come and reconnect your electricity, and it's going to be anywhere from, it was like 9 then. She was like, it's going to be from anywhere from 10 until about 4 in the afternoon because, we don't have enough technicians out today. And oh my God, I literally had a heart attack because now I just have to face the music and say, y'all, I screwed up. I'm sorry. You know what? I have this thing, whenever things really, really hit the fan, I just dive right into it. And I'm like, you know what? All right, What's gonna be is what's gonna be. Okay, guys, I screwed up. I'm so sorry. And I was trying to keep this professional face, and I just busted out crying because I was so embarrassed at my irresponsibility. I appreciate the beauty professionals that stuck with me through that moment. There was clients that we had to reschedule for a different day, and it was a Friday, y'all. How come TEP won't come cut your lights off on a Friday? They know you're going to be busy. But they also, like, you should have paid your bill. So that was super embarrassing. My beauty professionals stuck with me on that day. Like, we was sitting in the dark at MHS, and it was just a hot mess. We couldn't open the front door because the front door was electrical, so we had to get in a different way and open up and roll up our side door. So our clients was coming in through the side door. We moved a salon chair under a sunlight, which is located on one side of the salon, so that it could we could use the sunlight to do a client's hair. Some of the clients know me. I go to church with one or two of them. So they saw me upset and they was like, girl, it's okay. I'm like, no, it's not. This is embarrassing and irresponsible. But what happened was I was so wrapped up in just day-to-day business, getting to work, getting everybody situated, fussing with stylists to try to get them in line with my vision because I was bending too much. Sometimes you just got to stand up and be like, this is what it is. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to need you to get with it, or I'm going to need you to get gone, because you will pull your hair out trying to get people to believe in something that they just don't want to believe in, you know. But in the same essence, that beauty professional that didn't believe in what I was speaking about on customer service the night before was the same one that emotionally had my back the next morning and kind of stepped up to the plate while I was an emotional wreck. So that was my most embarrassing moment thus far as an entrepreneur, and what I used to say a baby boss back then. I think I'm like a teenage boss right now, you know. I feel like I was a boss when I first got started, but you know, it was just like myself. And then it got more experienced as I added more people to it, you know. So these are the things that I learned from that situation. First of all, do not get unprofessional when you get upset and angry with the people that work under you, because you are a professional. You are the leader. You are the boss. And you have to move a little bit differently because your consequences are different. So say I would have got completely disrespectful with my beauty professional. The next morning, she would not have had my back, and she probably would have looked at me in a different light and been like, she disrespectful. And she disrespectful and ain't paying her light bill, and we up in here and we paying her and we can't work and all this other stuff. So just be professional all the time, because you just never know what's going to come back full circle to you. Don't be easily embarrassed. I don't care how big a mistake is. Anybody can do it. Just take it and learn from it and just do what you need to do. Don't tolerate disrespect, because, and by that I mean set the tone so that when disrespect starts, they're going to think twice before they even do it or say it or come out of their mouth with it, you know. So if I, in that situation, had set a standard to where I was standing my ground firmly, I would not have been fussing and arguing with my beauty professional the night before, because she would have known, like, you know what, I don't agree with Dee's train and the direction that it's going in. Let me just get off, as opposed to let me stay on Dee's train and rock it up and show her which direction we should. Like, you got to set your tone, your standards, and you got to stand by them, because people will be having you going every which way and you'll be losing sleep at night. Be real with yourself and others around you. It's okay to make mistakes, and sometimes your mistakes are going to be bigger than other ones. The important fact is that you're moving forward and you're doing something and you're not sitting stagnant, because stagnant stinks. Water that sits still is super smelly and nasty, and ugly stuff and nasty stuff grows in it and you can get sick from it. It's the same thing with your mental and your what you're doing with your life. You cannot be stagnant. I mean, some people are okay and comfortable with stagnant. And not being stagnant doesn't mean that you got to take super, super big steps to make things happen. You don't have to move how Dianna Urfavstylist moves. I feel like baby steps are better than no steps at all. And you'll be surprised if you got one important thing done off of your to-do list for the day, how much you would get done in a week, as opposed to not doing anything at all. Check in with your operations and your numbers. You need to check your checking account daily. This goes for personal and for your business, because how you handle your personal life is how you're going to handle your business or your leadership position. That's just how it is, because who you are as a person, it seeps into everything that you do. So if you are irresponsible, like I was when I first opened my business, and I would literally go to the mailbox and grab my mail, and I would come in the house, put my mail on the table, sit down, get something to eat, start watching TV, and next thing you know, it's a week later, 2 months later, and I haven't opened the bills that are on the table. You got to open them. They sending them to you for a reason. This is stuff that you signed up for. And I know this may sound so simple to so many people out there, but realistically, when you are opening up a business or when you are in a place of leadership, sometimes you become so focused on the goal at hand that you forget about the small little stuff that it takes to just run your regular life. So be mindful. Update yourself, just like the telephones and the computers have an update moment where they like, all right, we're going to update this app and we're going to update this. You got to take a day off, some time out to say, all right, let me check my bank account, make sure my money looking right, make sure everybody got paid. Because as focused as you are on your goals and you're getting it, you grinding, all of that comes to a complete stop when your lights get cut off. Apply that to your situation when your car stopped working because you didn't go get your oil change, or you blew a head gasket. You've been listening to the car hissing for the past 2-3 months, So check in with your operations and your numbers on a regular basis. Make time for those boss activities. If you are one of those people like myself who there's been times where I literally have been working so hard that I forgot to pay my rent. Then I had to go through all of these motions with my rental company because they were beginning to evict me. And I'm like, what is this? Why do I have an eviction notice on my front door? I had an eviction notice on my front door because I didn't open my mail. The first came and went, and it was the first again. And it never dawned on me like, oh my goodness, I did not pay my rent last month. So it happens to the best of us. Don't feel like it's something that doesn't happen to you. Like it's something that doesn't happen to me because y'all see me moving and shaking all the time. Open your mail immediately. And the biggest part of this moment right now, if you don't take nothing else, make sure you ask for help when you need help. Even if it's something simple, there is no stupid question. There may be some frustrating questions because it's like, so you don't know how to get that answer? Don't even worry about it. I'm going to share it with you. Ask for help. It is okay to need help. We are social beings. We were born into family networks because we are supposed to be connected to other people. And I don't know where this mentality of I'm solo dolo, I did it on my own, I could do it by myself, I'm a self-made this and self-made that. Cut it out, okay? I know Kevin Gates say, I don't get tired. He get tired too. Don't let him lie to you, okay? Ask for help. Please ask for help because that is going to really, really save you from a lot of problems. You can learn about a lot by asking other people. So that was my most embarrassing moment. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And I will be back to share more. If you follow me on my @YourFavStylist page, you'll find more information about my growth initiation that I've created for leaders such as yourself. And it is a growth initiation that is going to share with you how I overcame things like coping with loneliness while surrounded by plenty of people, how to avoid your dark place while you are having business to tend to. This is something that I'm going to launch in August, and it is going to help 5 very special individuals. If you think that you are one of those individuals, please inbox me for more information. And everybody comes into our lives for a reason and a season. And I value your time, and I'm inviting you to share some more of it with me. So y'all have a good day, and I'll see you on the next video.